Hey, happy Monday, Sales Director Corrin Cresci. Okay, so I kind of try to stay up to date on words and phrases and kind of just like what's going on, how are people responding to things, what are the buzzwords, like what are the phrases and the attraction words that can cause people's ears to kind of perk up when it comes to our business specifically, right? So I want to tell you about a couple of just words that have been overplayed, overused, and if you're still using them, you might not be getting super fabulous results, okay? So let's talk about this for a second. You know, when the pandemic hit in March of 2020, and then we all pivoted and we all went virtual. And we were pretty proud of ourselves, right? We were like, oh my gosh, all I've ever done is in person, and now look at me, I'm virtual. And we made that pivot, and then, you know, we did virtual parties on Zoom, virtual parties on Facebook Live, like did everything, right? Okay, well, just FYI, spring of 2021 going into the summertime, you want to know the word that everybody's really tired of hearing? You guessed it, virtual. So if you still live in a state that is shut down, mostly shut down, primarily shut down, or you just really loved the shift that happened and you really like doing things virtually, that's super fabulous. But, however, and I'm going to encourage you, try to replace that word. And the word to replace it with would be online. That's the word that doesn't feel like COVID. Like the word virtual and COVID kind of go together now because, you know, we were not the only ones who went virtual. People who had regular jobs, who went to work every day in an office with an office full of people who commuted every day, all of a sudden they were working from home. They were working virtually. Schools, students had to be at home. They were in class virtually. Like it's actually a word that's kind of tied to a negative space or to a negative circumstance that happened. So if you're trying to hit people up like, hey, you want to come to my virtual party, it's just a word that may not get you the results you want. So an online beauty session is actually a lot of fun. And when you say an online beauty session, it actually invokes a feeling of ease because people are living in this in-between spot right now. So everyone had to be at home, right? Everything had to be virtual, and then things started opening up, and things have opened up more for others. And people still remember that time. They don't want to go back to the 100% virtual. However, what they discovered while they were there was that online shopping was way easier and way more convenient. Online grocery shopping, online services, the online service industry has skyrocketed. And even though things are opening back up and people are transitioning back to work, they're not letting go of a lot of online services and a lot of online conveniences. So this is your opportunity to be an online convenience, okay? So an online beauty session is just going to be your key buzzword moving into the summer. Now, if you're working in person and you're in a place where you can do that or you feel comfortable doing that or people want to do that, then I want to give you a couple of words there, all right? So women are desiring and they feel hungry, right? Like this inner hunger to connect, to gather. So I really want you to use words like that when you're wanting to book a hostess for a party. So I really encourage you not to use the word book. I really encourage you not to use the word hostess. And I really encourage you to not use the word party. But However, and you could say, gosh, wouldn't it feel great to gather some women together and we could play around with some makeup? I mean, we haven't done that in forever, right? Like, just really speaking to the situation. Wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it feel amazing to just gather and connect some women? I'll bring the stuff to play with. We'll set it out. I'll put some hand sanitizers out. People can spray in between. And we'll just gather. And we'll just be together. And it's going to be super fun. And I'll teach you how to do a new, summer cheeks. How to get a summer glow. Like, keep it simple, but use the right words. I had my first in-person party on last Friday night. So I'm in California, and I'm in the part of California that we haven't been able to do things, right? Okay, whatever. So I booked a hostess for a party. I didn't say any of those words, of course. However, when I was scheduling the appointment, in my mind, it was totally going to be a Facebook Live party. Totally going to be Facebook Live, because I'm enjoying those. I really like sitting in my house, only dressed from the boobs up. And then when I'm done, just like turning off the computer and going into the living room. Like, I really like that part of my life now. And so I booked her, and then she started talking about her house, and she's going to invite some coworkers. They've never been to her house before. And I was just staring at her thinking, like, oh, crud. I think I just booked this in person. I think I'm coming to her house. Oh, dear. But I went ahead and ran with it. And I just said, gosh, Kelsey, women are just dying to connect right now. So thank you for gathering us all together. And it's going to be fun. And we're going to focus on a fun summer look. And I'm just going to set it up like a beauty bar style. And people can just come and shop and sample and have a good time with us. And that's exactly what happened. And what I felt when I was there, like the vibe of the women, is that they really do want to do those kind of things. And yet they really still also like online, because I did a little poll. And I just said, this is my first in-person party in 13 months. And so were you excited when you got the invitation? If I were to offer to do this for you, would you want it to be online? Do you think your friends would more prefer online? And they were kind of split, half and half. So I just want to encourage you, like, the buzzwords are going to be super, super important. So as a recap, don't call them a hostess. Don't book them for a party. That's so 2019. No, come on, you guys. We have beauty sessions. We gather women. We empower women. We connect women. We do it through our product. I mean, our product is bomb. So, that's the draw. But we do a lot of other things. And so use those words. And if you are going to do it virtually, just don't say it. Don't call it a virtual appointment. People are over those. They're tired of playing bingo on Zoom for office parties. They're tired of gathering together, celebrating birthdays on Zoom. That's just connected to their past, and people are ready to move forward. But they do appreciate the convenience of online. So offer them an online beauty session and see how your date book fills up, because mine is, and I know yours can be too. All right, ladies, remember, it doesn't cost you anything extra to believe in yourself just a little bit more today. God bless.